Can you share a little bit about what it's like being in a multicultural relationship? Your husband's Dutch and you're American.
Yeah,
You've done a lot of traveling together.
we do. He's Dutch French, and I'm American Colombian. So we have a lot of cultures going on, and there's a lot of spiciness on my side, and there's a lot of kind of uh, sometimes difficult with the bringing out the emotions on his side.
Hmm.
So there's been a lot of growth, I think, on all of our ends after 10 years. I know, I mean, it's great. There's a lot of beautiful things about it. There are a lot of parts that are really hard, and there have definitely been moments where I've been like, why didn't I just marry an American? Like, this would have been a lot simpler in terms of like just cultural differences and where do we live. I think that's like the biggest question a lot of times.
So you moved around a lot.
Yes. So yeah, I've lived in Amsterdam. I lived there for 5 years, and then we've lived in LA together. And then we spend a lot of time in France, and then yeah, spend a lot of time in Florida where I'm from. But yeah, no, I mean it's beautiful because our son is now so multicultural, and I feel like I've never been prouder. I think knowing that my son gets all these different languages and gets to see the world in such a beautiful way. But I also feel like there's been parts of it that have been difficult for me, and now coming out of it, I can see the growth, and I could see how it's shaped me in so many ways. I feel like living in Europe has given me such a beautiful, just lifelong kind of sense of, I don't know, like there's a different sense of like community there, but there's also a different sense of I don't know how to describe it. I guess there's been a different side of myself that I've seen. I didn't travel a lot growing up.
Yeah.
And so I think I was able to see a side of myself that like got to travel and experience different things, and it's impacted my style in so many ways.
Yeah.
It's impacted just who I am in so many ways, and I'm so grateful for that experience. So it's a little bit of both, but it's also been.
How would you get through
Yeah.
those tough parts when it just felt like too much tension or misalignment or anything? I don't know.
Yeah,
How
I
would you
mean,
describe it?
I think that's where I think the growth came on my end, because it's really easy to do things that are easy, you know.
Yeah.
It's
When
easy
it's comfortable, it's easy.
exactly. Yeah. Like it's easy to just want to, take the easy way out. And I think for me it was like, okay, I need to like power through, and there were a lot of moments of lows, and honestly even like depression a bit, especially like in the Netherlands, it's quite dark, and so especially in the winters, and I grew up in South Florida, so I didn't know what it was like to experience kind of a winter like that. But I think it was just understanding that, I don't know, I guess things are not always forever. Like you can do anything you kind of want to do in life, and so I guess it was just kind of the mindset of finding friends that were going through similar like situations. I met a lot of expats. I met a lot of people that also had like similar relationships to mine, and understanding that I wasn't alone in those
Right.
feelings or alone in general really helped.
Yeah.
And I think it's just navigating what these hard things also for love. Like it was worth it, and we were able to grow, and now my husband lives in the States with me, so it's kind of one of those things where we both have had like trade-offs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's
And then would you feel like you would do it again? And now you have a son together and you might travel more or live other places. Does that appeal to you?
does. I think I'm a little more, I guess I won't say fearless, but I definitely understand that I can do kind of whatever I set my mind to, or whatever I kind of want to in that sense. It's such a beautiful world that I'm sure we'll figure it out kind of thing.
Do you feel like it's strengthened your bond?
It has. It has. I mean, I think there's definitely been moments where it's been frustrating, or I don't want to say like it set us back, but I feel like there have been moments where it feels like it might, but then I think having those open conversations and being able to power through it does strengthen it in the end. In the moment, it doesn't always feel that way.
Yeah. And then just having those cultural differences, are there times that you're feeling excited to have that newness in little places where you didn't have things in common, but it felt complementary?
Yeah, I mean, I think we are complementary in like the way that we think as well, like even in creativity. Like I'm definitely more of a storyteller. He has more of this execution sort of mind. Like it's interesting, like when we travel, I plan everything, and then in the moment, like when we're there, I'm like, this is where we're going, you're ordering the Ubers, you're doing the things. Like he's more of like he'll execute, and he'll be like, okay, we have to go, this is the time of the reservation. So it is complementary in that sense, and I think traveling really brought that out, where I'm like, oh, okay, I can actually see that it works, you know, like when you travel together, you really understand a lot about a person.
You develop set roles for each other. Yeah.
So
Fantastic. Awesome. So what advice would you give other people who are embarking on a long-term multicultural relationship?
I think patience. I think communication is huge. The communication styles aren't always the same. So it's having that patience to kind of get through it as well. I think putting yourself in the other person's shoes as well, and really trying to understand where they're coming from. And sometimes when you live in that other person's like country or culture, then you kind of understand why they are the way they are a bit. So I think it's just, it's a lot of patience, and the values and the core can be there, and then it's just like all the other little things that you need to figure out.
When it gets to that point, does it feel important to have a strong friendship in your bond as well as the romantic connection?
Definitely. I mean, I think it depends on what it is that you're looking in for in a partner. I think I've always wanted a teammate. Like I've always wanted someone that like we could work together, we could, you know, and that's not for everyone. I'm just saying, I think like I just always really gravitated towards people who had like similar interests. We both work in music, we both like the same type of music, but then also different types of music, and we get to introduce that to each other. So I think that's just was something that was always super important to me. So I guess it just depends on what it is you're also looking for in a partner, because some people opposites attract. So maybe being having the cultural differences is that my parents, also my mom's Colombian, my dad's American, and my mom didn't speak English and my dad didn't speak Spanish when they first met. So that dynamic was something that was completely different, but they're also teammates and have built everything together and have worked together. So I guess I just saw it in my parents and knew that I wanted the same for my future. So
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that.